So in today's video, I'm going to be previewing Bradford City versus Stevenage. And in the second part of today's video, I'm going to be bringing you guys my Game Week 9 League 2 score predictions. If you do go on to enjoy, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 70 likes on today's video, that'd be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you are new as well. We are now on the road to 7,000 subscribers. So please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so and it does massively help out. Get your score predictions as well as your starting 11 as well down in the comment section down below. It's going to be a very tough game. Stevenage have had an excellent start to the season, to be honest with you. I think they currently sat second in the table, only lost one game in the league so far this season. They've had a very excellent start. Steve Evans is doing a very good job with Stevenage. Obviously not got the biggest budget in the league, but Evans is obviously doing a very good job there. Make sure you drop a like on today's video, subscribe if you are new as well. Let's get into it. So starting out then with the current Sky Bet League 2 table, my team Bradford City, we're currently sat 6th in the table. After 8 games, we've got 4 wins, 2 draws, 2 defeats, 11 goals scored, 7 goals conceded, leaving us on a positive 4 goal difference and 14 points. Our last couple of games then have been a win, a draw, a win and a loss. Them last couple of games then being a 2-1 win away at Tranmere Rovers. If you've not already checked out my matchday vlog from that game, it's one of my favourite matchday vlogs that I have ever done. It went out like 2 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday, so make sure you go check that out if you haven't already. Just before that though, we had a 2-1 win at home to Walsall, a 3-1 win at home to Sheffield Wednesday in the Football League Trophy, a 0-0 draw at home to Crewe Alexandra, a 2-1 defeat at home to Blackburn Rovers in the second round of the Carabao Cup, and then just before that we had a 3-1 win away at Hartlepool. That then compared to Stevenage, as I just touched on there, they're currently sat second in the table. After 8 games, they've got 6 wins, 1 draw, 1 defeat, 11 goals scored, 6 goals conceded, leaving them on a positive 5 goal difference and 19 points. The last couple of games then have been a win, a loss, a win and a win. Them last couple of games then being a 1-0 win at home to Newport County, a 2-1 win away at Crewe Alexandra to go to Crewe and pick up 3 points is, you know, fair play to them for that, because Crewe is one of the hardest places to go and get something out of there. You know, I really do rate Crewe when they are playing at home, so to get all 3 points there, it's a very good job from Stevenage. Just before that though, they had a 2-1 win away to Peterborough United in the Football League Trophy, a 1-0 defeat away to Salford City, a 1-0 win at home to Peterborough United in the second round of the EFL Cup, and then just before that they had a 2-1 win at home to Carlisle United. So very good start to the season, can only really give them a lot of praise. You know, the 3 points off top of the league after 8 games. I'm sure Steve Evans will be absolutely buzzing. He's obviously been linked with Bradford City's managerial vacancy over the past couple of years when we have chopped and changed managers, but obviously that's not happened. I watched his pre-match interview for this game and he was definitely speaking very highly of Bradford City, almost putting the pressure on us. It is going to be a very tough game. Now we're going to speak about the team then that I would go with if I was Mark Hughes. So I would line up then in a 4-2-3-1 formation. It's been the formation that we've played for pretty much the majority of the season so far. I've got Harry Lewis in goal. Obviously he's been exceptional since coming in from Southampton in the summer. Don't think Tuesday night was his greatest game. I thought his distribution at times was a little bit off, but made some decent saves when he needed to. Right back, I have gone with Brad Halliday. I thought he again was decent against Tranmere on Tuesday night. He never really puts in a performance where I think, wow, you are unbelievable. But he never puts in a bad performance for me, in my opinion. I think Brad Halliday is just a consistent 6 or 7 out of 10. Made a very good tackle right at the start of the second half as well. So I think it was Nevitt that was in on goal. It was somebody anyway, and he came across and put in a brilliant slide tackle. Thought overall, Halliday had a fairly decent game, so I'd like to see him start once again. 2 centre-backs. Firstly, Matty Platt. If he wasn't for Andy Cook, he would be miles away with the man of the match on Tuesday night. He won absolutely everything in the air. You know, he had a very physical, tough affair, but yeah, he was very good. I can't really give him much more credit than that. He was just unbelievable. My personal man of the match, I know Cook scored the 2 goals, 2 very important goals, but Matty Platt was unbelievable at the back. Partnering him, I've gone with Timmy Odesina. Now, at the time of recording, Mark Hughes hasn't done his pre-match press conference with, obviously, all the local press, so we don't know what the situation is with Romany Critchlow. Went off with injury against Tranmere, and again, was a little bit shaky in that game. Thought he was very harsh on their goal. It was a blatant foul on Critchlow. I've no idea how the linesman didn't see that. He's about, I don't know, 2 metres away from him, and he somehow couldn't see that. There's no one stood in front of him. He couldn't see a blatant 2-hand shove in the back of Critchlow. I thought, again, Critchlow a little bit shaky for me, but obviously we don't know the extent to his injury, so I've gone with Timmy Odesina to fill in there, because I think Odesina, fantastic in that one game that we have seen him play against Sheffield Wednesday. A little bit taller than Critchlow, a little bit more physical, and yeah, maybe that might suit us a little bit more when we are playing up against a team like Stevenage. Completing the back 4 then, at left back, I've gone with Matty Folds. It has been confirmed that Liam Ridehouse will be out for a number of weeks with a groin strain. I thought Matty Folds, when he came in on Tuesday night against Tranmere, I thought he was absolutely exceptional, to be honest with you. Defensively, not great, but he didn't really have too much to do defensively with the formation that Tranmere were playing, but when he did have something to do, I thought he dealt with it fairly well. Going forward though, I thought he was very, very good. He always seemed to have a little bit of a trick up his sleeve when he was in a tight situation, always seemed to get out of it. Moving into the two central midfielders then, I think when these two are fit, they are going to play. Firstly, Richie Smallwood, I thought again, improving, got better as the game went on against Tranmere. I thought it was a very good display from Smallwood, winning the ball back, distributing it very well, but I thought his partner in crime, Alex Gilead, was even better. I've given Gilead a little bit of criticism so far this season, especially at the start, but he seems to be growing into that role more and more. His press was fantastic. His recovery of the ball was unbelievable. I was really impressed with Alex Gilead. Potentially a man of the match contender along with Matty Platt. I thought Gilead had a really good game on Tuesday night, so I'd like to see them two start once again. I think they are the perfect combination. They bring the perfect balance between them. On the right wing, I've gone with Scott Banks. I thought Dion Pereira had a pretty poor game on Tuesday night against Tranmere. He looked to be injured and then didn't come off at half-time, and then he looked to be limping again in the second half. So, yeah, not a great performance from Dion Pereira. Had maybe one or two good runs, but apart from that, yeah, not his best game. Banks wasn't even in the 18 on Tuesday night, which I thought was criminal, to be honest with you. I think with how good Scott Banks has been, he had one not great performance against Walsall, and he suddenly dropped from the 18, which I thought was, yeah, certainly interesting for me, but I'd like to see Scott Banks come back in on that right-hand side. In that number 10 position then, I have gone with Harry Chapman. Obviously, Jamie Walker's still going to be out for weeks, if not months, with that knee injury. Osadibe is not going to be available for a long time. We don't really have another natural fit number 10 at the moment, but I thought Chapman, again, he's off the ball running was absolutely fantastic. He did not stop running throughout the whole of the 90 minutes on Tuesday night, and I can only give him so much credit for that because he was unbelievable in terms of that. But again, it's the same problem with Chapman. He does a lot of running, he does a lot of hard yards, and I've got to give him credit for that. But on the ball, I'm just don't see enough end products. Maybe he was unlucky not to score. There's a chance, I think it was an injury time where he went past a couple of players and then had a shot. It was a great save from the keeper, but on the edge of the box, constantly shooting over the bar, couldn't quite find the right pass. I just think we need that a little bit more from Harry Chapman, and he'll be one of the best players in this squad. On the left-hand side, I've gone with Tyreek Wright. Again, Jake Young, I don't think he had a great game on Tuesday night against Tranmere. Young either has a really, really good game or a poor game. He lost the ball on a number of occasions, didn't really take on his man all too much. I don't think it was a great game from Jake Young whatsoever, but he's a young player. He's one more for the future rather than one for this season. He will be developing. Granted, he has scored 4 goals and they've been 4 very good goals, so he might be better as a super sub, but for me personally, from what I've seen from Tyreek Wright, I think he deserves to start. Obviously, up front, do I even need to say his name? Andy Cook, averaging a goal every 76 minutes, averaging 1.18 goals per 90 as well. I think Andy Cook has been unbelievable so far this season. Scored again on Tuesday night, scored 2 on Tuesday night, 2 fantastic headers, and that is simply what he does. You give Andy Cook service, he will score goals at this level. If he can stay fit for the full season, then that'll be, obviously very nice. How many goals could Andy Cook get if he does stay fit for the whole season? On the bench then for me, that'd leave Colin Doyle, Luke Hendry, Jan Songo, Levi Sutton, Dion Pereira, Kian Harrah and Verdane Oliver, which means the players who would miss out would be Heath Richardson, Joe O'Shaughnessy, Romany Critchlow, but again, we don't know the situation with his injury, so if he's fit, you maybe put him on the bench ahead of Luke Hendry. Liam Rideout, who's obviously going to be out for a number of weeks, Ryan East, Emmanuel Osadibe, Jamie Walker, Jake Young, Abo Issa, which it has been confirmed he's now back in full training, and also Lee Angle. Now let's move into my Game Week 9 League 2 score predictions. Starting out then with Bradford City versus Stevenage FC. I would love to back the boys for a win, but we're at home against Stevenage. I know we usually do have a great record against Stevenage, but it's Steve Evans, isn't it? This has 1-0 Stevenage written all over it. Carlisle United versus AFC Wimbledon. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. Colchester United versus Grimsby Town. I'm going to go the 2-1 home win for Colchester. Crewe Alexandra versus Crawley Town. I'm going to go the 2-0 home win for Crewe. Doncaster Rovers versus Swindon Town. I'm going to go the 2-1 home win for Doncaster. Gillingham FC versus Mansfield Town. I'm going to go the 1-0 home win for Gillingham. Leyton Orient versus Walsall FC. I'm going to go the 3-1 home win for Orient. Newport County versus Barrow AFC. I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw. Northampton Town versus Rochdale AFC. I'm going to go with a 2-0 home win for the Cobblers. Salford City versus Tranmere Rovers. I'm going to go the 2-1 home win for Salford. Stockport County versus Harrogate Town. I'm going to go the 3-1 home win for Stockport. And then finally, Sutton United versus Hartlepool United. I'm going to go the 2-1 home win for Sutton. But anyway, that is where I'm going to leave it for today's video. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 70 likes, as I said at the start of today's video, that'd be absolutely class. Subscribe if you are new as well. We are now on the road to 7,000 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so and it does massively help out. out. Get your score predictions as well as your starting 11 down in the comment section down below. Shout out to our current tier 3 channel member, B Davies 201. If you want to see more match reviews and also loads of extended channel content, then make sure to check out the channel membership scheme if you haven't already. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I shall see you all very soon for another video. Peace.